Emotions ran high Tuesday night as recently laid-off Xstrata workers and others filled a room at the Quality Inn where local politicians and NDP Leader Jack Layton said they will continue to fight for the laid-off workers. The Conservative government and Xstrata were condemned for not living up to a 3-year no-layoff agreement signed by both when Falconbridge was taken over by the Swiss mining giant in 2006. Layton told the crowd that if the government were standing up for the people of the North, there would need to be such a meeting.
Well, last week we said to Mr. Clement, all right, you said you were going to protect the workers. That means there's an agreement, and we all know there's an agreement. There was an agreement signed that said, because some of the details leaked out, that there was to be 3 years of protection of work. Well, that 3 years ends at the end of July of this year. And as far as I'm concerned, that means that a company walking in, as they did, and handing out pink slips at the end of a shift after a hard day's work, which never should have happened. That's no way to treat working people that have been building the value of a company for so many years. People should be treated with more respect than that. That pink slip amounts to breaking a contract with the Canadian people, and the government of Canada should stand up for the Canadian people and for these workers and say, that's not allowed, that's not on. But you know what Mr. Clement said? He said, well, we raised the issue of the agreement with the company. And I kid you not, he said, but they didn't agree with our interpretation of the agreement. And what did they do? Did they stand up for their interpretation of the agreement? In other words, what's written in black and white, which is to say the jobs are to be protected for at least 3 years? No. They folded their cards and they walked away. And they began coming up with excuses.
Some in attendance were tired of talking about layoffs and cutbacks and wants to see unions in all industries come together to fight back against the corporations.
The corporations are all doing the same thing. It's always the same story. We have to cut back and cut back. So is it possible that now that all the unions around the country get together and make a movement, a solid movement, where all the unionized people get together and fight the corporations right on, like a war.
Come this Friday, the laid-off Xstrata employees will be heading to Huntsville by the busloads where they'll protest in front of Industry Minister Tony Clement's office.
and bought the assets. These are the assets of the people of Canada. I think we need to be reminded of that. Just like our forests.